Welcome to We Chat Divorce. We're here to talk about real people, real situations, and real divorce. I'm Karen, and I'm here with Catherine. And today we're going to take you behind the scenes to talk about some real situations that you or your loved one may encounter when you're facing divorce. Next, we'll respond to an email from a viewer about a question that they have and how they're navigating their process. Then our guest today is attorney Mary Fran Quinlan, who will join us and talk about complex divorce. Catherine, want to take us behind the scenes?
So behind the scenes, we like to talk about things that have been occurring as it relates to our guest. So I want to take you behind the scenes of a situation where I had been working with wife to get her financials together. She was contemplating divorce, as a matter of fact, over a year. So she was gathering her information and preparing for that. And time came where she was ready to move out and separate. The problem was that she never worked outside the home, so she would immediately need support. At that point, we knew she needed an attorney because we can't file for support for her. So Karen then comes into the picture and will find the right attorney for her, set up the consult, and they go to the consult. Karen is great when she's there working as her advocate, listening to the attorney and the client interact. She'll go with her questions. We have the questionnaire. She'll take notes, and then at the end of that meeting, she recaps it. We share the information in the system that we have so that I can go on and see what happened at the appointment, the client can go on, and then the attorney can go on, and we all stay in the loop with the conversation. So that went well. That appointment went well.
We had our questions, and I make sure that she gets to put out her questions, and I offer some questions as well. We'll go into that a little further in the program. But I really try to help them understand that the hour that they have with that attorney needs to work for them. So it's really important that they're focused, because once they walk into that room, they get very emotional and overwhelmed, especially when they're learning or they're listening to language that they've never heard before.
So we're happy the appointment goes well. That next morning, I get into my office with a frantic email. The attorney said something totally opposite of what she thought she was going to say, and the attorney scared her, and she told her she needed to get a job, and she needed to get herself together, and she's crying. Now, I had reviewed the notes that were in our system, and I thought, well, this doesn't sound like the notes that are in the system. So let me get Karen on this call so we're all in on it together. I check Karen's time, we make an appointment with the client. The client is crying, saying the attorney is not the right attorney, that she thinks she lied to her, and going on and on and on. And we let her get it all out of her system, because I'm looking at Karen, and Karen's like, this is not what I heard. So when she was finished, Karen said, now can I just tell you what I heard in that appointment? And she went through her notes, the whole interaction with the attorney, and what the attorney actually was saying to her. And then the client says, oh, you're right, that is what she said. Oh, okay. But here the problem was, she went home feeling good. She starts talking to her girlfriends again, starts saying things that the attorney said that she thought she said, and they went off on a tangent, which put her into a whole frenzy where she didn't, frenzy, I should say, that she didn't sleep all night. And all of a sudden in the morning it was this is an emergency, I gotta go. So she felt much better. And then for our point of view is the attorney loves that, because they don't want to look like the crazy one either. So you got to really set straight what was going on, and now she can go back and move forward with making the right choices for her.
Yeah, it happens so often that they will go home and realize that they can't answer all of the questions of their family and friends. And then they start doubting, and then they start mistrusting the process.
And then they want to make the attorney the excuse or the bad guy there, where it's really not the case, especially in this case.
Right.
So it's really, the takeaway here is this is an emotional process, and meeting with an attorney is a scary process as well. We hold them to be like the end-all, be-all. They know what's going on. So when we get in there, we tend to let our emotions take over. So it's very important to have an advocate with you, and it will really go a long way.
Absolutely. Okay, so you got a little behind the scenes. Next, we'll respond to a question from a viewer. We'll be right back.